Welcome to Beyond Education, the podcast that explores the fascinating connection between knowing yourself and learning effectively. I'm Monica, and in these bite-sized episodes, we'll dive deeper into the insights that transform how we think about learning and education. Today we're talking about metacognition, and I promise, by the end of this episode, you'll see just how natural and powerful this skill really is. I first fell in love with metacognition during my master's studies. I became fascinated by how understanding our own thinking processes could change the way we learn. This led me to research metacognitive strategies in adult learning, focusing on how both trainers and learners could use these tools to make learning more effective. My research showed me something profound. Metacognition isn't just an academic concept. It's a practical tool that can transform how we approach learning. When trainers understand these strategies, they can better facilitate learning. When learners get it, they become more autonomous and effective in their learning journey. Think of metacognition as having an internal dialogue, your thinking mind doing the work, your observing mind watching how the work is done, and your guiding mind suggesting adjustments. There are 3 simple levels to metacognition, and they're actually pretty easy to remember. First, there's awareness. This is all about noticing what's going on in your mind, like catching yourself in the act of thinking. It's recognizing when you're stuck or when something clicks and you really understand it, or maybe when you don't. Then we move to analysis. Here, it's about digging a little deeper, figuring out why certain approaches work and others don't. It's recognizing patterns in how you learn and evaluating how effective your strategies actually are. And finally, there's adjustment. This is where you make changes based on what you've noticed and analyzed. You might try a new strategy, tweak something that's almost working, or refine your process to make it even better. So, how can you build these metacognitive muscles? It's simpler than you think. First, try practicing the pause. Take a moment to check your understanding as you go. Notice when your mind starts to wander or pay attention to how you're reacting to new information. Next, get curious and ask yourself simple questions. Things like, do I really understand this? Or what's unclear to me? Even better, try explaining it to someone else. That's often the quickest way to figure out what you know and what you don't. And finally, make small adjustments. Experiment with different approaches. Notice what's working and what's not, and build on the things that are helping you move forward. The best part? These strategies aren't about adding more to your plate. They're about tuning into what your mind is already doing and guiding it in the right direction. The beauty of metacognition is that it's already happening. We're just making it more conscious and intentional. It's like turning up the volume on a song that's already playing in your mind. I invite you to take a moment to think. When was the last time you caught yourself thinking about your thinking? What triggers your metacognitive moments? How could you use these natural pauses more effectively? I'd love to hear about your metacognitive moments. So when do you find yourself thinking about your thinking? Share your insights on LinkedIn and let's explore this fascinating aspect of learning together. Thank you for being here today. This is Monica, and you've been listening to Beyond Education, where learning meets self-discovery. Remember, metacognition isn't about adding complexity to your learning. It's about recognizing and strengthening what your mind already does naturally.